All right, so you have been watching our live courtroom coverage out of North Dakota versus Chad Isaak. This is a case of a chiropractor and a veteran accused of quadruple murder. Just on the stand moments ago, you were listening to Troy Kelly with the Bureau of Criminal Investigations describing some of his investigation of the crime scene, specifically a vehicle involved and obtaining kind of any evidence he could, including from the blood there. As we take a closer look at this case, I'd like to bring in a guest analyst joining us at this hour. We have Philip Dube joining us now from California. So as you've been watching, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, by the way, how are you, Joy?
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Okay. This is, quite frankly, the prefatory stages. This is all introductory. It's going to link us eventually to a suspect and obviously to the defendant, to his apprehension, and obviously to the trial itself, how he landed here. What they are doing is very routine. They're explaining how their investigation unfolded. They're obligated to document, log, and number all the exhibits, all the evidence collected, create a paper trail so that there's no issues with the chain of custody and the foundation for that evidence for purposes of introducing it into evidence at trial. Any school defense attorney is going to object on authentication, foundation grounds, and if that's not properly laid or established, the remedy is exclusion of the evidence. So, the prosecutor is just doing his job. It's sort of dry right now. He has a very non-pulsating temperament, frankly, but he's just trying to lay the groundwork to finally linking everybody to Chad Isaak.
Yes, and we see some activity in the courtroom still, and the judge is on the bench as well. Let's go ahead and go back live into court and listen. I'm sorry, you know what? We're not able to listen at this very moment, so we'll just have to update our viewers when we do get more information out of there. Sure. So yes, as you've been saying, we've been hearing kind of just the evidence being laid out here, and this is something that the state has to do. It's certainly not the most exciting pieces of testimony that we've heard, because obviously yesterday we heard from the widow of one of the victims here, but it is foundational, and it's something that needs to be done, as you pointed out. One thing that I am curious about is, where is the link to the defendant? That's what the defense is arguing. Yes, there's all this evidence that a horrific crime happened, but
it just came to our attention.
How does that tie back to the defendant?
Well, eventually what's going to happen is somebody is going to tie him to one of the vehicles. It's my understanding that the flow of the evidence is that a company car was used to leave that property management company. And I believe the evidence is going to point to Dr. Isaak having entered that car and driving away and ending up perhaps at a McDonald's or a parking lot and then entering into another vehicle. I'm not sure exactly what that other vehicle is. And then a cop in traffic, I think, once they find out that this homicide occurred and they see the video of this other car, realizes, oh, that's Dr. Isaak's car.
Right.
And then suddenly the further investigation unfolds.
Yeah, and there is activity in the courtroom once again. Let's listen.
In the morning and 2 in the afternoon. So that's what we're